What's good, y'all?
Welcome back, Weenie.
This is so loud in my ear. Maybe I just need to turn myself down because the gain is so. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's my problem. I've had my gain too low, so I turned my gain up, but I kept hearing myself super loud. So I just need to turn down what I hear. But this game should be better now. What's good, y'all, man? Y'all ready for the rapture? Oh, God. We fried out here, y'all. Like, dead ass. We fried out here, man. It's so much shit going on. I feel like I say that every time I get on stream, but it's bad. This is embarrassing. Everything feels like a fucking long, drawn-out joke. It's like, and the punchline is just, we're waiting for it, but it's never going to come. Like, this is dead ass what we're here for. I feel you, bro. I got my, I got my little situation. But yeah, we cook, bro. Like, and then to like, you already know, man. Just, we was talking behind the scenes. And it's just like, it's still people running defense for the bullshit, bro. Any bullshit people engage in, whether I like them or not, I'm going to call it out and call it for what it is. But the difference between this and other shit, like, this motherfucker's playing with people's lives. Like, you out here like making a joke. I mean, not literally, but the way you're handling this shit is like this people lives, bro. But you know, I'ma keep the four of y'all entertained. I ain't gonna talk too much. We gonna get straight to it, man. It's 50 minutes. I don't want to just go to the big back and forth but so we could get better context of how it even got to that point. First of all, yeah. So yeah, some people are saying there's more context if you watch all of it, you know, but we finna see, man.
Of Ukraine, and we've been working very hard, very close. So we've actually known each other for a long time. We've been dealing with each other for a long time and very well. We had a little negotiation spat, but that worked out great. I think for both countries, I think for the world, actually, beyond both countries. And we have something that is a very fair deal. And we look forward to getting in and digging and working and getting some of the rare earth. But it means we're going to be inside, and it's a big commitment from the United States, and we appreciate working with you very much. And we will continue to do that. We have had some very good discussions with Russia. I spoke with President Putin, and we're going to try and bring this to a close. It's something that you want and that he wants. We have to negotiate a deal. But we've started the confines of a deal, and I think something can happen. The big thing is the number of soldiers, mostly at this point, but soldiers being killed. They're losing thousands of soldiers on both sides. We're losing a lot of soldiers, and we want to see it stop. And we want to see the money get put to different kinds of use, like rebuilding. And we're going to be working very hard. But we've had a lot of very good conversations. I will say until we came along, the Biden administration didn't speak to Russia whatsoever. They didn't speak to anybody. They just
I just love how he finds any and every opportunity to bring up Biden and their administration. Like, bro, I thought we was trying to move forward, bro. You keep bringing up Biden every chance you get.
This to continue. And I will say that I'll say in front of
it's like he doesn't want to actually be responsible for anything, so it just feels like he keeps trying to blame everything that's going wrong on Biden, and now he's just a bystander that has to walk in, not even take care of what got fucked up, but just to simply blame Biden.
Let me say it 1,000 times. If I were president, this war would have never happened. We would have had a deal negotiated for you without having to go through. If I was president, this war wouldn't happen.
Like, what?
But your soldiers have been unbelievably brave. We've given them great equipment, but somebody has to use the equipment. They've been unbelievably brave. And we give them great credit. This was supposed to be over very quickly, and here we are 3 years later. So I give tremendous credit to your generals and your soldiers and yourself in the sense that it's been very hard fighting, very tough fighting. They're great fighters, and you have to be very proud of them from that standpoint. But now we want to get it over with. It's enough, right? We want to get it over with. So
it's enough.
It's an honor to have you here. Thank you very much for coming. We're going to sign the agreement at the conference in the East Room in a little while, right after lunch. And we'll be having lunch together. We're also discussing some other things, and we appreciate everybody being here. It's somewhat of an exciting moment, but the really exciting moment is when they stop the shooting and we end up with the deal. And I think we're fairly close to getting that, and an honor to have you. And please, I'd like to say something.
No, thanks so much, Mr. President. Thank you for the invitation. And really, I hope that this first document, will be a first step to real security guarantees for Ukraine, our people, our children. I really count on it. And of course, we count that America will not stop support. Really, for us, it's very important to support and to continue it. I want to discuss it with details further during our conversation, and of course, the infrastructure or security guarantees. Because for today, I understand what Europe is.
One of my homies was like, "Where's Elon Musk? Why is JD Vance there?" I'm like, "Yeah, that is the norm that we've seemed to be accustomed to now."
Ready to do. And of course, I want to discuss with you what the United States will be ready to do.
Wise, let me know if I'm too loud or too low, or if the video is too loud or too low. I just kind of changed my gain on both.
To say these words to Putin at the very beginning of war, because he is a killer and terrorist. But I hope that together we can stop him. But for us, it's very important to, to save our country, our values, our freedom, and democracy, and of course, no compromises with the killer about our territories, but it will be later. And of course, what I wanted, we spoke about it by phone with you about the drones production. We have very good drones production. I think the best one in the world for today because of the war. Yes, and of course, we need very much the air defense. You have the best air defense in the world, and really you helped us under attacks of Russians. And I want to speak how we can exchange the licenses. We're open to share the licenses of all our drones with the United States, and we need licenses for quick production of air defense. Even after the war, we need our nation to be calm, that we are secured. So that's why we need this air shield. And of course, about this, I want to speak about the contingents. I think that France and UK already spoke to you, and we know that Europe is ready, but without the United States, they will not be ready.
I think this video is low, like compared to other videos too. So, but I'll turn it up for this one.
And you know that this crazy Russian that they stolen 20,000 of children, Ukrainian children. They changed their names, they changed their families, relatives, and now they're in Russia. We want to bring them back, and really, it's a big dream, task, and goal for me and our warriors. By the way, Mr. President, we exchanged, released more than 4,000 warriors from Russian prison, but there are thousands more in the prison. I wanted to share with you some images. How it's can I now?
Yeah, please.
They said his English not that good, but like his English is I understand everything he wants to say.
I just need to understand in what circumstances, in what situation they are, and what the attitude of Russia to our prisoners. That guys, just you before and after. And you see before and after, just you to understand. Now thousands of such guys, ladies and men, there, and that, so they don't eat, they beat them, and they,
Damn, bro.
A lot of, bad things. So out of, even during the war, there are rules. Everybody knows there are rules during the war. These guys, they don't have any rules. You see that, 50, 60 kilograms left, and a lot of such
Trump
things.
don't give no fuck.
What the changes with images of children, because I will just share with you. And, I mean, it's looking tragic.
Yep, that's tough stuff.
Yeah,
Did he say that's enough? What?
It's looking tragic.
Yep, that's tough stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff's tough.
To give you, and you see it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And this is pastor, by the way. They stolen pastors because it's not Russian church. They stolen pastors and moved pastors to the prison. We, at the end of last year, we brought 3 pastors, and we could exchange them.
Trump
This
don't
is
give
pastors.
a fuck.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, so I mean, this I wanted to show you, and
He don't care. He don't care.
Yeah, of course, we
I
want
think we will. I think we will. And
to have to, of course.
do you have any questions, please?
He ain't even say nothing to the man. Yeah, I think we will. Y'all got any questions? Like, we don't even want to talk to this man. God damn, bro.
Thank you, Mr. President. With the, how much money is the U.S. going to put into the fund that is being created today, and how does this provide long-term security for Ukraine?
Well, we don't know exactly how much because we're going to be putting some money in a fund that we're going to get from the raw earth that we're going to be taking and sharing in terms of revenue. So it's going to be a lot of money will be made from the sale and from the use of raw earth. And as you know, our country doesn't have much raw earth. We have a lot of oil and gas, but we don't have a lot of the raw earth. And what we do have is protected by the environmentalists, but that can be unprotected. But still, it's not very much. They have among the best in the world in terms of raw earth. So we're going to be using that, using it for all of the things we do, including AI and including weapons and the military. And it's really going to very much satisfy our needs. So it's something that just worked out really well. We have a lot of oil, and we have a lot of gas, we have a lot, but we don't have raw earth. So this has just about every component of the raw earth that we need for computers, for all of the things we do. This puts us in great shape.
And long-term security for Ukraine. How does this provide?
I think
Yo,
we're
what's
gonna
going on with the
I think
camera,
once
bro?
we make the agreement, that's going to be 95% of it. They're not going to go back to fighting. I've spoken with President Putin, and I feel very strong. I've known him for a long time, and I feel very strongly that they're very serious about it. And we'll make a deal. And when the deal is made, I don't think we talk about security. Everyone's talking about the other day. All they talked about was security. I said, let me make the deal first. I have to make the deal first. I don't worry about security right now. We have to have a deal because right now, last week, 2,000 soldiers died on both sides. 2,000, and they're losing 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 a week. So as we sit here and we talk, people are getting shot and dying on the battlefield. And they're not American soldiers, but they're Russian soldiers and they're Ukrainian soldiers, and we want to be able to stop it.
Say what you want, but like Destiny, he had a take where he basically was explaining to another content creator why, like, everybody that's like not involved with this, they're all like, people keep dying. We want people to stop dying. We want people to stop dying. Like, we want all that stuff to, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want no more bodies getting killed. But he has such a well-said explanation of, long story short, basically, like, when everything that you've built your country up to be is at the threat of being taken from you, you're not in that moment thinking about, let's just have people stop dying. Like, can y'all imagine if for whatever reason Canada just said, we want some of America's land, and then they just started attacking Michigan, attacking Colorado, like attacking Maine, just whatever they wanted, just coming and trying to invade our territory, and we're fighting, and yes, people are being killed, but at what cost is it? Like, we don't want nobody to die, so just take what y'all got. Like, and especially if these people signed up to protect the country, it's more at stake than just like, we want people to stop dying. It's like, yes, that's fucked up, but that's easy to say when you're not at risk of losing anything. I don't think if America was being attacked and people were trying to take away parts of our country, that my thought is like, let's just give them whatever they got. People are dying. Like, it's just kind of like, bro, it's bigger than that at this point. But it's easy to say that when you're not at risk of losing anything.
And we want to be able also to spend.
Yeah, bro, he talks a lot, and it's nothing of substance being said. He's like, yeah, we're gonna get in there, we're gonna get a bunch of money, and we're gonna fix it, and everything's gonna be better. And a lot of people are dying. We want the people to stop dying, and once we do that, everything will be good, and it'll be better than it's ever been. Because when Biden was president, he made everything bad, So, and now I'm here, and we're gonna make everything perfect. Like it, bro.
Money on other things. We don't want to. This is a tremendous amount of money, and what the Biden administration did was terrible. They were giving money, but he had no.
There you go. Blaming Biden for it's like, bro, shut the fuck up. Deal with like, I just don't see Kamala. Well, granted, she would have been after Joe, but I didn't see Biden just up there always talking about what Trump did wrong when he mishandled COVID until maybe it was time to campaign and shit, of course. But just speaking on whatever you're dealing with as president, you're not sitting there trying to just just look like a victim, like everything they did was so bad and that's why you got to deal with it, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Security was in the form of a loan. They get their money back and we didn't. And now at least we're protected because the American taxpayer has to be protected too. But
it's good, Lucas.
This is an incredible agreement for Ukraine because we have a big investment in their country now. And what they have, very few people have. And we're able to.
At this point, bro, I'll let somebody choose our leaders because America can't do it. You're right.
But that we need for our country. This allows us to do that. Yes, go ahead, please.
If I can just, yes. In the document, there is one of the very important points. If we speak about business and investment, we never had LNG terminals in Ukraine. This document will open. I mean, the next documents, but anyway, here we see in the framework, we see a really good deal for this. LNG terminals for us is very important, and I think for security of European continent. We have the biggest storage, gas storage. We have the biggest in Europe. Yes, and we can use it. Use it for LNG. We use it for LNG, and we will do it. And really, we can help Europe because Europe really helped. President Trump said that they made less support, but they are our friends and they are our very supportive partners. They really gave a lot, Mr. President. They did.
They gave a lot, but they gave much less.
No.
Much less.
No. No. Okay.
They was laughing with each other at first.
Mr. President Trump, you have repeatedly called the deal with Ukraine as a historical one. And as a president of the United States, you make historical decisions in other issues, which affect America and other world. So what place in the world history do you want to take? And do you associate yourself with any famous historical figures?
Yeah, I'd say George Washington, Abraham Lincoln. I would say I'm far superior to George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. Now, you know I'm only kidding, right?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I was finna spaz. I'm like, bro, y'all letting him get away with this, but he said he was joking. I'm glad he said that. No, Casey, I didn't want to just jump to the argument. I wanted the context of how the whole interview went, so I sped it up. We are fourth into it, and the argument, I guess, is at the end.
Fake news is going to go wild. They're going to say he considers himself to be better than Washington, but you never know.
Nicole, like it's literally. Trump has done so many unprecedented things. It's just like usually those things are good, but I can't think of anything he's done that's unprecedented that's good. It's nothing is good that comes from him.
35 days or whatever it might be, a month, a little more than a month. We've accomplished tremendous amounts. Not only this would be a very great achievement if we could get the war stopped and get them back to normalization. I think that's going to happen. We've had very good talks on both sides, as you know, but I think we've done a very good job, just generally. If you look at all of the things we've done in 30 days, they're saying there's never been...
Look, we've done a good job. Look at all the things we've done. What did you do, bro? He can't speak in depth, in detail about anything. He can't speak in detail about any fucking thing.
For a president.
He's not saying anything.
All the things we've done in 30 days, they're saying there's never been a opening for a president. The first month, there's never been a first month like we've had. And
yes, because you just threw a bunch of executive orders around. A bunch of them are getting overruled by courts. You're doing unconstitutional shit. You're not doing anything great. A lot of this shit you're doing isn't going to last your whole term.
This is one of the very important things. This, to me, is one of the most important things because we have tremendous death taking place as we speak, and I don't want to have that. You know, think of the parents, whether they're in Russia or Ukraine, think of the parents of all these people being killed needlessly.
They came to our territory.
Should have never started.
Hey, Nicole, I was just saying earlier, I was like, one of my homies was like, where's Elon in this meeting? Why is JD Vance there? It's like, First Lady is crazy.
This would have never started.
No, I call Elon the idiot in chief. Like, I call him the idiot in chief because, like, he's in charge, but he's not dumber than Trump because he's smart enough to know how to play Trump. I'm kind of getting cynical now. I do think part of me is starting to think that Elon doesn't really like Trump, but he's just putting himself in position to be the fucking shadow president. Like, I really think that part of me really believes that Elon isn't like in love with Trump the way he acts. By the way, that video of him kissing his feet wasn't AI. That got leaked, but they can't tell y'all that. Elon really got 2 left feet, and Trump really was kissing them bitches.
Will you continue sending military
But they can't tell y'all
Ukraine
that.
after
You know.
the U.S. signs this agreement with Ukraine?
Yeah, we're
The
gonna
question to
continue.
President Zelensky: do you feel like the U.S. is on your side? That the President Trump is on your side at this moment?
What do you think?
He wants to know, do you think that,
Oh.
sort of a stupid question, I guess.
You fucking asshole. That was a stupid question. No, bitch, because you be sucking up to Putin all the time, so I can't blame nobody for asking if you think Trump is on your side in this war. You call Zelensky a dictator. You tried to act like they fucking started the war like it's their fault. It ain't ridiculous to ask, are you on his side? The UN thing came out. We were against the peace or whatever that thing was said. The United States sided with this fucking Russia and shit. Like, come on.
I guess we wouldn't be here if I wasn't.
I think that the United States on our side from the very beginning of occupation, and I think that President Trump.
He did, Nicole. Like, can you imagine? Like I said, can you imagine Bill Gates having this much access and this type of relationship with the president? The right would shit on themselves day in and day out.
I'm sure that.
And I would think that's weird too. Why is one of the richest people on the earth running around with the president? And then just to add insult to injury, he's not American. It just makes it so much worse.
The president will not stop support. This is crucial for us. It's important for us. Yes. And Putin, the president speaks about the people and the soldiers which are dying, but they came to our territory. They came to our land. They began this war, and they have to stop. And I think this is the question, with really the most important question: can President Trump? I hope yes, with some other allies, to stop Putin, withdraw these enemies, our enemy, withdraw these troops from our land. And I think that you asked about the history, I think that if President or when he will stop Putin, if President Trump will bring peace to our country, I think he will be on this wall.
We've had very, very good talks.
Right, Brickashaw. Exactly.
Zelensky just said that there'll be no compromises with Vladimir Putin. I just wanted to ask both of you. Firstly, are there compromises that you think that President Zelensky is going to have to make?
You feel me, Lucas? Like, it's just you just wouldn't even think that even Trump would be this low, like, at all.
President Zelensky, is there anything that you might think that you may be able to offer or bring to the table, for example, elections? Thank you.
I think you're going to have to always make compromises. You can't do any deals without compromises. So certainly he's going to have to make some compromises, but hopefully they won't be as big as some people think you're going to have to make. That's all. That's all we can do. I'm here as an arbitrator, as a mediator to a certain extent between two parties that have been very hostile, to put it mildly. They've been very hostile. This has been a vicious war. This has been a vicious war. You know, it's a very level battlefield, and those bullets go out, and as I've said many times.
You see, like why I say he's just going to keep talking and talking and talking, and nothing of substance is going to come out his mouth.
About it with Pete.
He's like, yeah, war is bad. We know, bro.
The only thing stopping those bullets is a human body. And in the case we're talking about, generally young human bodies are stopping a lot of bullets. It's dead level. That's why it's great farmland. It's great land. It's great farmland, but there's very little protection against the bullets that are being, and other things that are being shot. So all I can do is see if I can get everybody at the table and get an agreement. I think we're going to end up with an agreement. Otherwise, I wouldn't probably be even here today.
Mr. President, I've got two questions for you. You think ultimately your legacy will be the peacemaker and not the president that led this country into another war and ended foreign wars? And I've got a question.
I hope it will. I mean, I hope I'm going to be remembered as a peacemaker. This would be a great thing if we could do this. I'm doing this to save lives more than anything else. Second is to save a lot of money, but I consider that to be.
You see what I'm? Look, he is really telling y'all who he is. You see what I'm saying? Like I said before, to save lives, bro. It's like we've got past the point. This isn't like just strictly some hostages being took and their lives are at risk. This is a country's fucking liberty. This is a country's whole their whole sovereignty. Like, this country is losing part of its people, its place, and its sovereignty. Yes, we don't want people to die, bro, but you're willing to give Putin what the fuck he wants, which is just further going to incentivize him to invade other places, because, especially while you're president, because all you care about is we don't want people dying. Well, Putin's just going to be like, well, just got to kill some more people and he'll give me what I want. This is like, bro. And then he said to save lives, and he said to save money. It's like, dog, I get it. I get it. We don't want to keep endlessly spending money on a war, on a proxy war. But Jesus Christ, I'd be damned if people was chipping away at America and they're like, we don't want people to die, so just You know, whatever happened, give them what they want because people are dying. All that's telling Putin is to keep doing what the fuck he's doing, bro. Especially somebody like Putin.
Less important. So I hope I'm going to thank you, Brian, for that question. It was a nice question. I hope I'll be known and recognized as a peacemaker. This would be a great
Any question is, he loves it if you suck him off for his questions.
thing to solve. This is a very dangerous situation. You know, this could lead to a third world war. This was headed in the wrong direction. If this election were lost, and we didn't win this election, and by the way, we won it by a lot. That was a mandate. We won every.
Bro, stop. Bro, I swear to God, he got his ribs removed for real. I've never seen nobody suck themselves off the way he does. Like, bro, get the fuck out of here. You know, if we would have lost, shut the fuck up.
Swing state. We won the popular vote by millions and millions of votes.
Hair and chair, same color.
Districts. You look at the areas of red. Take a look at a map. This was a big mandate, and this was one of the things I said we're going to get this thing settled. If we didn't win, I think this would.
Facts,
this went very
Nicole.
well.
We don't want people dying. Meanwhile, I know this is a super reach. I'm not saying he's gonna make people die, but you don't want people dying. But you come in as the president of America and you fire a bunch of people, just further putting them in a precarious situation in their lives and just upended entire families by getting rid of their entire careers. What the hell?
Ended up in
Wait, Tron, I hope you said you don't know nothing about this meeting, because you in for some shit if you don't know anything about this meeting, Tron.
a third world war, and that would not have been a good situation. What was your second
And my
question?
second question for President Zelensky: why don't you wear a suit? You're at the highest, why don't you wear a suit? You're the highest level in this country's office, and you refuse to wear a suit. Just want to see if you own a suit.
Yeah, problems.
Bitch, fam. I knew this happened, but I didn't think it was here. And the way it just happened, it was just so awkward. And why is Trump smirking at that? This man just said, do you own a suit? Bro, why the fuck are you asking him why didn't he wear a suit? Who gives a fuck? First of all, Zelensky is the most, probably the most intelligent, the most professional, and the most serious politician in that room right now. I'm sure he's more intelligent, more professional than Trump and Vance put together. So I don't give a fuck if he's wearing a suit. And correct me if I'm wrong, isn't he wearing this? He's been wearing this all black since they've been in war, if I'm not mistaken, which I think is he's just basically showing some I don't want to say mourning, but maybe more or less just a symbol of his country's in war. I believe that's why he's wearing the all black, because I've only seen him in all black since the war. So why the fuck did you got a question and decided to ask, why aren't you wearing a suit? Bitch, get the fuck out of here.
A lot of Americans have problems with you not respecting the dignity of this office.
I will wear a costume after this war will finish. Okay.
Facts, and then nobody cares about Elon in there wearing a hat in, what you supposed, hat indoors. What happened to that shit? What happened to the hat indoor stuff? And then you got a t-shirt under a blazer. Get the fuck out of here. You're the richest person in the world. You could outdo all them in suits, player.
Respecting the dignity of this office.
I will wear a costume after this war will finish. Okay. Yes, maybe one.
Maybe something
At Brickenshaw, that's what I thought. I didn't even know he said that, but I'm like, I've only seen him in all black, and I'm sure it's because he's in war.
I don't know. We will see. Maybe something cheaper then. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, President Trump. You said yesterday that you have.
Are you going to send more arms to Ukraine in case there's no peace?
Yeah, we're going to have arms to Ukraine. Yeah, sure. Hopefully, I won't have to send.
Arms to Ukraine in case there's no
Thank you, President Trump. You said yesterday that you have.
Are you going to send more arms to Ukraine in case there's no peace?
Yeah, we're going to have arms to Ukraine. Yeah, sure.
He said that so tepid. She was like, are you going to send more arms to Ukraine, but that's not more peace? And he's like, yeah, we're going to send arms. It's like, yeah. Like, yes, you want peace, but people, it's not just about peace. It's about justice, too. Like, you don't want to just be like, peace could mean Putin got what the fuck he wants, could take more, and now it's over, and now Ukraine has 20% less land and a bunch of dead people for no reason. And that's peace. You think Ukraine will be happy with that? You think that's okay? You think that's a good result? Like, fuck out of here, bro. Imagine if like I said, some of y'all wasn't here. If Mexico just attacked us and then Texas is gone and now they're happy and we just lost Texas. What, I wouldn't even feel comfortable being in a country that just let us get run over and y'all like, we just don't want people to die, so fuck it. No.
Hopefully, I won't have to send very much because hopefully we're going to have it finished. We're looking forward to finishing this quickly. We're not looking forward to sending a lot of arms. We're looking forward to getting the war.
Bro,
finished so we
trying
can,
to feel like a joke,
do other
bro.
things. But we very much appreciate the agreement because we needed what they had, and we're treating, our country is now treated fairly. Biden
Right,
didn't do that.
Brickashaw.
Biden didn't know what the hell
Jesus.
he was doing. This should have never happened. This should have never started. But, sure, the answer is yes, but hopefully we won't have to send much because I'm looking forward to getting it done quickly.
Getting it done. Getting it done. You said you was going to get it done,
I
day
don't
one.
want to talk about security yet. Quickly, very quickly.
Does that mean you'll provide security guarantees, Mr. President?
I don't want to talk about security yet because I want to get the deal done. You fall into the same trap like everybody else. A million times you say it over and over. I want to get the deal done. Security is so easy.
Trump never been
About
in a
2%
fight.
of the problem. I'm not worried about
He's
security.
never been
I'm
in a
worried about
fight.
getting the deal done. The security is the easy part. Security is very nice. Everybody stop shooting. And now will Europe put people there? I know France is going to. I know the UK is going to. I know other countries are going to, and they happen to be right next door. We haven't committed, but we could conceivably. We have security in a different form. We'll have workers there digging, taking the raw earth so that we can create a lot of great product in this country. So in that sense, you have something, but we haven't determined that yet. I will say, in speaking to France and in speaking to, and they were here, as you know, last week and just the other day, they have committed to a lot of security. I don't think you're going to need much security. I think once this deal gets done, it's over. Russia's not going to want to go back, and nobody's going to want to go back. When this deal ends, I really believe this deal is.
Nicole.
Please, go ahead.
Mr. President, thank you. You had President Macron and Keir Starmer at the White House this past week, both of whom
Oh,
praised
shit.
her conviction to lead the pathway towards peace.
Yes.
Part of that involved, though,
The end, exactly. Like, it's no fucking deal with Putin at this point.
Oh, I love this guy. Who are you with?
I missed it.
Part of that involved, though, re-engaging Russia in diplomatic relations, something that previous leaders lacked the conviction to do so. What gave you the moral courage and conviction to step forward and lead that?
Oh, I love this guy. Who are you with?
One American news, sir.
Well, that's why I like him. One American News does a great job. I like the question. I think it's a very good question. It's a pathway to peace. It's a pathway to.
Of course, he loves the right-wing news stations. Of course.
Things solved. And I feel that as the head of this country, I have an obligation to do that. Plus, we're very much involved. We got involved.
I wouldn't even give him that much, Lucas. He doesn't have high school level engagement. He has like 6th grade level engagement. I can't give him high school. Freshman in high school.
It's too bad we got involved because there should have been no involvement because there should have been no war. And there shouldn't have been October 7th. That would have never happened. As you know, Iran was broke. They had no money to give to Hezbollah. They had no money to give to Hamas. They were stone cold broke. And then under Biden, they became rich as hell. They went from no money to $300 billion in a period of 4 years. And they gave a lot of that money away, and you see what happened. And that's a real mess also that we hope to be able to solve. But no, I appreciate your question very much. I feel I have an obligation to try and do something to stop the death.
You see what I'm saying? It keeps talking about death. Like, I get it. It sucks. It fucking sucks. We don't want people to die, especially for the people from the country being invaded. But Jesus Christ, all he's doing is he's preparing everybody to know that I want us to stop supporting them, and Putin gonna get what the fuck he wants. That's all he's gearing up for. He's just slowly planting the seeds for people to be prepared to be like, America gonna stop supporting y'all, bro. And if Putin gonna, whatever the fuck happens, and I don't give a fuck. That's just what's gonna happen.
Yes, if I can answer, sorry.
No, Zelensky gained hella respect. Because even when they was getting reckless with him, he still held his composure. I already respected him because he seems respectable. Even when I saw that he recently before this, he said he'll step down. He don't have to be president if it ends the war. If it ends the war, he will step down as president. He's okay with like that. He's not looking to just be like a Trump type. He doesn't. But he's showing strength for his country, and he's like, if I'll step down as president, if it means we don't have to be at war for my country.
Please.
And I do like your clothing, by the way.
Yeah, really?
Even though I think he's a great guy, by the way.
That too, trying. He like, yeah, people are dying, but like, yeah, people are dying, but he's like, yeah, well, we give us some of y'all minerals so we can, so we can still help y'all, even though people dying. Fuck out of here.
Like each other, but you know what? I think
No,
he's. I think he's.
I like this guy.
I think he's.
Star Fox.
I have more serious things than answer on some questions. I will answer on more serious questions if I can. Yeah, so please, about security guarantees and about just ceasefire. We can't just speak about ceasefire and speak. It will not work.
Yeah, I saw Lex tweet. He was wild. He was wilding.
Experience, and not only me. Ukraine before my presidency from the 2014, Putin broken 25 times. 25 times he broken his own signature. 25 times he broken ceasefire.
But he never broke to me. He never broke.
No, you were the president.
Wait, what?
Own signature. 25 times he broken ceasefire.
But he never broke to me. He never broke.
No, you were.
Like, you see what I'm like? Zelensky is talking about Putin breaking deals 25 times, and all Trump's engagement is he never did it with me. Bitch, shut the. Oh my God. This is like, there's no way you can even. These people that voted for him and are MAGA and just cannot get his dick out of their mouths. Like, how do you defend shit like this? How do you defend that? He is sitting there telling you, like, Putin has broken signed signature deals 25 times. I don't know if that number is true or not, but it doesn't matter because we know Putin has broken peace deals. It doesn't matter how many times it was, because one is enough for you to be a fucking political leader, a world leader. And all Trump can say is, he didn't do it with me. Excuse me, do you think that's the most important part of this? Is that all you got from what he's saying? This is fucking, I'm glad I watched this. Nobody's talking about that. I don't know if that's a big deal to everybody else, but that's crazy to me. That's crazy.
The president. You were the president. In 2016, you won't be the president, Mr. President. You've been the president, but
And then Zelensky let him know. You see how he snatched his neck at him? He let him know. He said, 2016, you was the president. You know what I'm saying? Like, boy.
In 2016, you won't be the president, Mr. President. You've been the president, but he had, of course, not with you, but he had during those periods, he had with our side.
He did it, and then it continued through your presidency.
And we had Normandy format, you know, the France, Germany, Ukraine, and Russia, and he broke it 25 times. That's why we will never accept just ceasefire. It will not work without security guarantees. Security guarantees, maybe President is right about this document and other, but this document is not enough. Strong army is enough, because his soldiers afraid, Putin's soldiers afraid of our soldiers when we're strong enough. If we are not strong enough, if we are empty, if our storage is empty, we can't defend our land. Today, you know, he knows that we have, all the world knows that we have meeting, yes? Why he's using ballistic? Putin today using ballistic on our hospitals, schools, and etc. Ballistic. So he knows.
Yeah, man, I saw he tried to correct him on the 2014 versus 2015 thing, and he's fucking wrong. And again, engaging. Even if, let's say Zelensky got the year messed up, it don't even matter, because that's not when Trump was president. So it doesn't even matter. Even if Zelensky got the date wrong by a year, which he didn't, and then you tried to chime in to correct him and was wrong. What was the purpose of you doing that? It could have been a misspeak. If not, it doesn't matter. The war did not start 3 years ago. This shit didn't start 3 years ago.
That we are here, and that President Trump is really have goodwill to stop this war. And you hear now the president. So why he's using? So he doesn't want to stop. He doesn't want. But I hope that we will do it. Really, we'll do it. Security. When we speak about security guarantees, when the Europeans are ready for contingents, they need USA backstop. If there will not be United States, we will not never have any contingents, strong contingents from the Europeans, because they don't want to divide alliance, connection between the United States, the main and strongest ally, and Europeans. And this is crucial, this is important. That's what we want to speak about very much. It's very important. And air defense. So air defense, really, we have big deficit with all the systems. And we need
Lucas, I don't know why I'm seeing you on the screen, but I don't know why it won't put your stuff in the YouTube chat. It's like whenever you mention Putin or something, I don't know what word is triggering it to not go into the YouTube chat, but luckily I got it on screen. But yeah, there's nothing to stop Putin. I don't know why. If they give up, it's a wrap.
Otherwise, Putin will never stop, and will go further and further. He doesn't want. He hates us. You know, it's not about me. He hates Ukrainians. He thinks that we are not a nation. He thinks, and he shared this thoughts. I think maybe with your team also.
I said the same thing, Matt. He was the only strong person in the room while Trump tried to pretend to be strong.
Such language and such life, like Ukrainian. No, he really doesn't respect all the Ukrainians, and he wants to destroy us. And you're right, Mr.
Hey, make sure y'all leave a like, and y'all in here, man. Y'all in here watching the stream. Make sure you leave a like. That's all I ask.
Are very good, but it will not enough to stop this person.
Should Russia pay to rebuild Ukraine?
They have to pay. This is the rule. This is the rule of the war. This is the rule of the war. During all the centuries, all the history, this is the rule of the war. Who began, those pay. This is the rule. Putin began this war. He has to pay all money for innovation. He has to pay. Of course, some Russian assets, what we have in Europe, about 300 billion, we can use them. We can use for innovation and buy military support from the United States also. We can do it, but it's not enough. It's not enough.
It's not enough. I had to. I'm sorry.
I asked this question that you didn't like because I wanted to know. More money.
Hey. Shout out to Lucas Vimes. Thank you. Yes, it worked. I appreciate you for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, man. You triggered my new GIF. I just got that GIF. I just changed it for the donations. Appreciate you the super chat. Appreciate the super chat, Lucas. Thank you.
Between Russia and Ukraine, or on the Ukraine side?
No, I'm in the middle. I want to solve this thing. I'm for both. I want to get it solved. And it's wonderful to speak badly about somebody else, but I want to get it solved. If we can solve it, great. If we can't solve it, they're going to have to fight it out, and who knows what's going to happen. But I want to see it get solved.
May I follow up? One more question about U.S. troops in Europe. After Russian invasion of Ukraine, your predecessor sent additional troops to Eastern Europe, including Poland, my country. Yeah. Are you committed to keeping these troops on the eastern flank of NATO in the future?
I'm very committed to Poland. I think Poland has really stepped up and done a great job for NATO. As you know, they paid more than they had to. They are one of the finest groups of people I've ever known.
And what's the funny thing about him praising Poland right now is, what do you think is next if they get some of Ukraine? It's going to stop them from invading Poland.
Poland's in a tough neighborhood, you know.
What about the Baltics?
The Baltics, they got a lot of, it's a tough neighborhood too. But we're going to be very committed, and we're committed to NATO. But NATO has to step up, and the Europeans have to step up more than they have. And I want to see them equalize, because they are in for far less than we're in. And they should be at least equal. Do you understand that? Why is the United States, we have an ocean in between. Why is the United States in for so much more money and other things?
Because we have so much more money. The thing is, he's looking at it as a pure monetary value versus, I don't want to use the wrong term, but basically you need to look at it as a percentage of like their GDP. Like, that's what it's about. I saw a video earlier. I saw what somebody else was watching it. They were talking about, yes, America gives most in a raw number, but the other countries were basically in line with their GDP. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we shitting on everybody, bro. We gotta front more. Not gotta, but y'all get what I'm saying,
As Europe. With that being said, as you said, they've also been obviously very helpful. But we have put in far more than they have. And I think they should equalize.
Wait, what? Lucas, whose Twitch chat? That's insane. And it's honestly a fact, though. Like, you can like Hassan and hate Destiny, but Destiny's a better debater. Hassan doesn't even engage in debates. So, what the fuck?
About the agreement today, what changed between the first time that Secretary Besson gave President Zelensky the agreement and today?
Really? Brickishaw, I gotta, somebody else was watching the video, so I don't know exactly how to get to the video, but I thought they were just saying like, yeah, we did more as far as raw numbers, but if Europe did more even with their GDP, yeah, it's just another Trump lie.
We made a deal. I'm a business person. We made a deal. That's what changed. I didn't think we were going to make a deal.
Denims.
And we ended up making the deal, so that changed.
Mr. President, why and how do you envision a trilateral summit with President Zelensky and Putin?
I don't know, but they don't like each other. I can tell you that. They do not like each other. It's not a love match, and it's unfortunate. That's why you're in this situation. The United States should not.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Okay. The United States.
Got you, Brickishaw.
Run by a man that didn't know much. I'm going to be very nice. Run by an incompetent
with the spray tan.
Should never have allowed this.
Yeah, you're right. Like, his mind, he like, everybody's like, yeah, we want a businessman to run the country, when America isn't meant to be ran like a business. A country that's governing people and trying to give them liberty and prosperity to thrive. Having money is a byproduct of people being able to live the lives they want to live and to the best of their abilities. The goal isn't to acquire money. That's not the goal. That's a business that wants to make profit. America can make a profit, but that's not the goal. And like I get that is like Trump is just looking at everything as like, how much money can this country just sit there and hoard? Like, it's just fucking ridiculous. If we left it up to Trump, he would try to just literally just keep trying to gain, to increase the GDP and then just have a debt of zero, which isn't even reasonable to run a fucking country.
Stop wars. I've stopped many wars. My people will tell you, I stopped wars that nobody ever heard about. I stopped wars before they ever started.
Cool story, bro.
So I could give you a lot of nations that would tell you right now they were probably going to war. I could tell you right now there's a nation thinking about going to war. on something that nobody in this room has ever even heard about. Two smaller nations, but big, still big. And I think I've stopped it. But this should have never happened.
About sorry, just a second. About any negotiations. First of all, I want really to tell you, and I think that everybody understands that Ukraine, more than Ukrainians, nobody wants to stop this war. But at the future, any negotiations.
Yeah, Lucas. Yeah, exactly. Debating is a skill. It's not even about intellect, intelligence, or it's literally a skill you have to practice.
Will be at the negotiation. A negotiation table. Then, of course, United States, like the strongest.
You can hate a person all you want, but if they can debate, they can debate.
Europe. I think Europe is very important. I want to speak about it with the president. Yes, Europe is very important for us because we really defend Europe for today. All Europeans really recognize that we are defending line, and they have real life, and our people are dying. That's why they helped us. And also, it's about the NATO. Yes, between, like the president said, you have big, nice ocean. Yes, between us. But if we will not stay, Russia will go further.
Yeah, Matt, this too long.
By the way, but first to the Baltics. It's understandable for them because they've been in the USSR. You know, they've been one of the republics of the USSR, and Putin wants to bring them back to his empire. It's a fact. And when he will go there, if we will not stay, you will fight. Your American soldiers. It doesn't matter. Do you have ocean or not? Your soldiers will fight.
Mr. President, would you be willing to visit Ukraine, maybe Kiev or Odessa, which is going to be a third year with Lexi?
It was my question.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to talk about Odessa now. Let's not talk about Odessa. I want to talk about...
Wait, what?
It was my soldiers who will fight. Your American soldiers. It doesn't matter. Do you have ocean or not? Your soldiers will fight.
Mr. President, would you be willing to visit Ukraine, maybe Kiev or Odessa, which is going to be a third year with Lexi?
It was my question.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to talk about Odessa now. Let's not talk about Odessa. I want to talk about making a deal, getting peace. We don't have to talk about Odessa, but a lot of cities have been destroyed. A lot of cities that are not recognizable. There's not a building standing.
No,
and a lot of
things have happened. You have to come and to look. No. We have very good cities. Yes, a lot of things have been destroyed, but
hey, I appreciate you watching for me, Lucas.
And children go to school. Sometimes it's very difficult. Sometimes closer to front line, children have to go to underground schools or online. But we live. Ukraine is fighting, and Ukraine lives. This is very important. And maybe it's Putin is sharing this information that he destroyed us. No, he lost 700,000 people, 700,000 soldiers. He lost everything. Yes.
I honestly don't think Trump doesn't know what's happening. He doesn't know what's happening.
Well, that's what I do. My whole life is deals. I know pretty good.
He's like, I could talk about deals.
Really, I've known him for a long time. I've dealt with him for a long time. He had to suffer through the Russia hoax. You know, Russia was a hoax. It was all Biden. It was nothing to do with him. So he had to suffer through that, and he was able to do that. I think that he wants to make a deal, and he'd like to see it end. That's all I do. That's what I do. My whole life, that's what I do is make deals. And I'm in the middle of a mess because this is a real mess. It's a very dangerous one. If this doesn't get solved now, it's not going to get solved for a long time. So
when y'all hear, like, strip away the person, the name, the face, strip all of that away, and just imagine hearing this, like, just audio only, and you get asked a question, and they talk like that. It's a very dangerous one. It's very dangerous. It's bad. It's very bad, and we got to stop. Like, all I'm thinking is you have no idea what's happening, and you can't speak at length about whatever you just got asked. He's not saying anything. Imagine somebody interviewing the person that created basketball. So why don't you explain to me, what's the difference between making a 2-point shot and a 3-point shot? You know, you get the ball and, you take the ball and you go shoot it. And when you shoot the ball, you hope that it goes in, and it goes in, and, you celebrate, you hope that you win the game, and, and you got your teammates, and, and you make more baskets and you win the game. Like, that's exactly how he answers questions. It's just no engagement. There's no depth. There's no understanding of anything happening. It's just like this bunch of words that he keeps repeating, this small group of words that make sense in that context, and he says them 17 times. Fuck.
I'm in the middle of a mess because this is a real mess. It's a very dangerous one. If this doesn't get solved now, it's not going to get solved for a long time. So
you see what I'm saying? It sounds like he doesn't know what got asked, and he's just saying the obvious. It's a mess. This is bad. We don't want this to continue going on. We don't want people to die. So, we're gonna try to fix it, and it's a real mess. We don't want any more dead bodies because the only thing that stops a bullet is a dead body. So we don't want any more, and it's a mess, and we don't want anything bad to happen. So we want to stop it. Like, what the fuck?
I hope we're going to get it solved. In the back, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Prime Minister
Oh,
Owens
God.
believes in free speech and does not engage
It's like snowball you've ever seen before.
for memes and thought crimes, and even more worrisome is pressuring American companies to censor Americans on his behalf. How can he be a reliable, trustworthy partner when he says things that are demonstrably false on such important topics?
Well, we actually spoke to him about that yesterday, and we thought they took it very, very much too far. JD was very
Wait,
strong on
who
it.
was he talking about?
How crimes, and even more worrisome is pressuring not engaged.
So, in the back, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Prime Minister Starmer claimed repeatedly that
Oh, Keir Starmer.
speech and does not engage in censorship. But his country used government to arrest people for memes and thought crimes, and even more worrisome is pressuring American companies to censor Americans on his behalf. How can he be a reliable, trustworthy partner when he says things that are demonstrably false on such important topics?
Well, we actually spoke to him about that yesterday, and we thought they took it very, very much too far. JD was very strong on it. So was I. So was Marco, and we've been speaking to him about it. Marco, would you like to say something about
Yeah,
that?
we have concerns, obviously, with the conduct, particularly as it impacts Americans. And there's real concern that American speech, which is online, could fall into the hands of British or any country's jurisdiction. And so this is a point the Vice President made in Munich. And
Ryan, the only saving grace, and this could sound like some sore loser shit, is more people voted for somebody that was not Donald Trump. Like, yes, he won. He got the popular vote. He got the Electoral College. But in raw numbers, the majority of the country that voted for somebody that was not Donald Trump. But the way the system set up, he won. But as far as people, more people wanted somebody that was not Donald Trump to be president. Yes, Kamala didn't win, and more people didn't vote for Kamala, but more people voted for somebody that wasn't Trump. And so it still is kind of sad that a lot of people wasted their vote on somebody that had no chance of winning if you weren't going to vote for Trump. Some people, I guess their principles just led them to make that choice. It is what it is. But I'd rather you just not had this. We wouldn't have this type of bullshit going on. Works for political commentators. I'm not a political commentator, I'm sorry. But people that make content, I cover politics, but don't ever call me a political commentator. I cover politics when I feel like it's necessary. But, yeah, works for us, but.
A compelling one that what unites us with Europe, as much as anything else, is these shared values, and one of them being free speech. And so if Americans are threatened by it, we're going to need to take action in that regard.
It's actually a very important question.
We spoke about this in detail with the Prime Minister, the Foreign Secretary, and others at lunch yesterday, and I know that Secretary of
I truly don't get the eyeliner. I really don't get it.
Commerce Lutnick followed up in private meetings last night. This is really important. We believe Americans have the right to speak their mind, even if we in this room disagree with them. They have the right to speak their mind.
Really, Lucas? Nah. George Bush won the popular vote. I think George W. Bush won the popular vote. I think that's his second run, though.
In the public square, which is often online these days. And we're going to defend that right as it pertains to American companies and American citizens vigorously if we have to. I do think that under the President's leadership, we're going to find common ground with our friends in the UK on this question, but it remains to be seen. The principle that will guide us is we believe in free speech in this country and we'll fight for it for American citizens.
Yeah. George Bush won the second. And that was the last time.
But we're not really looking for that so much. We got a lot. We have more than anybody in the world, by far. So no, we're not.
Look, a lot. We got. What did you talk about? I didn't even hear the question.
Is there any other oil and gas component to the deal? Is it all
A little bit. We'll see.
on LNG?
But we're not really looking for that so much. We got a lot. We have more than anybody in the world, by far. So no, we're not talking about it too much, but a little bit. I think it affects also, but for the most part, no.
And sir, is there any agreement from Ukraine to purchase U.S. LNG?
Grown-ups are talking.
We don't need that.
I just wanted to ask you about, you just mentioned that you guys spoken to Vladimir Putin a couple of days ago. Just to be clear, that's a new call, not the one that you...
I've spoken to him on numerous occasions.
Okay, and how was the latest call? What did you discuss? How did it go?
Are you serious with that question?
I am, I'd love to know.
Damn, I can't hear.
To be clear, that's a new call, not the one that you...
I've spoken to him.
You just mentioned that you guys spoken to Vladimir Putin a couple of days ago. Just to be clear, that's a new call, not the one that you...
I've spoken to him on numerous occasions.
Okay, and how was the latest call? What did you discuss? How did it go?
Are you serious with that question?
I am, I'd love to...
What do you mean? He's just saying, what was the latest call with him like? Why is that not a valid question?
It went well. I think we're going to have a deal.
On the minerals deal, Mr. President, some of those minerals are in the east of Ukraine, not far from the front lines and in areas that Russia has occupied. Will you direct President Putin to withdraw his forces from those areas if there's U.S. interest?
Well, we'll take a look at the time. We have a lot of area. It's a very big area we're talking about, so we'll take a look. I'll study that and I'll see.
It don't even, it's cool, Lucas. But another fun fact is that the best economies we've had has been under a Democratic president for some decades. Whenever the economy is thriving, it's under a Democratic president.
Protect those minerals if they are U.S. interests. Would that be Ukrainian
They'll be
forces?
protected. The agreement will protect them.
US
The agreement, yeah, we're signing an agreement.
Right, what if Russia tries to invade or there's Russian aggression in response?
I just told you, I don't think that's going to happen. And if that were going to happen, I wouldn't make a deal. If I thought that was going to happen, I wouldn't make a deal.
Bro, what?
CNN on survival, not asking me these ridiculous questions.
It's the, you can say that all you want, but hypotheticals are very valid in this circumstance. Like, come on, engage with the fucking question.
Focus on surviving, because CNN's got such low ratings. I don't think they're going to survive.
Oh yeah, that's when I forgot that girl name. She's the CNN host. That's why he gave her that lip, because that was a regular question, bro.
Would that be
Very big area we're talking
I forgot
about.
I forgot her name. She's a popular CNN anchor.
Take a look. I'll study that and I'll see.
And who would protect those minerals if they are U.S. interests? Would that be Ukrainian
They'll be
forces?
protected. The
European
agreement will
forces?
protect them.
US
The agreement, yeah, we're signing an agreement.
Right, what if Russia tries to invade or there's Russian aggression in response?
What
I
if
just told you, I
Russia?
don't think that's going to happen. And if that were
What if Russia tries to invade? I just told you that's not gonna happen. Trump, you can't you can't control what happens. As much as you think you can, because that's the type of life you live, you control everything and everyone around you. You ain't got no control over people like Putin. You ain't got control over real crazy motherfuckers. You ain't got control over even people like Zelensky, bro. Yeah, Caitlin Collins. Thank you so much, Matt. Caitlin Collins. It was her that asked that question. So I'm just like, engage with the hypothetical, bitch. Like you can't make them not fucking do what they want to do. And then he just took it as an opportunity to shit on CNN.
going to happen, I wouldn't make a deal.
He kicked AP out from Access. Next is gonna be CNN.
If I thought that was going to happen, I wouldn't make a deal.
Some people may wonder
You
why.
know, you ought to focus on CNN on survival, not asking me
bullshit.
these ridiculous questions. Focus on surviving, because CNN's got such low ratings. I don't think they're going to survive.
Moosey, go, man, for you. Moosey, I'm gonna give you guys a timeout. Quit playing with me, bro.
I already mentioned Poland. Poland was
Ricochet, you're absolutely right.
after the Second World War. When I was a kid, I looked at the United States not only as a most powerful country, richest country in the world, the country that has great music, great movies, great muscle cars, but also as a force for good. And now I'm talking with my friends in Poland, and they are worried that you align yourself too much with Putin. What's your message for them?
Well, if I didn't align myself with both of them, you'd never have a deal. You want me to say really terrible things about Putin and then say, "Hi, Vladimir, how are we doing on the deal?" That doesn't work. I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm
heated, man. Stop playing. When I saw that shit, I got pissed for a second. Then I saw who it was. I was like, all right.
I'm aligned with the world, and I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred, and I understand that, but I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with, you know.
You're right, Lucas.
So it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned with the world. I want to get the things.
I'm aligned with the world. Dude, you're just talking. You don't even know what you're saying. I'm aligned with the world. Clearly you're not, because you're leaving our friends out to fucking at sea just to suck up to somebody that you know you don't have control over.
I'm aligned with Europe. I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way. So that's
You are not that guy, bro. Trump, you're not that guy. I'm sorry. Nobody's ever told you that probably to your face, but you're not that. Well, no, Kamala did. She said motherfuckers like Putin will have you for fucking lunch. And I might put that I might make that a soundbite where I don't know if it sounds clean enough. I don't remember her exact verbiage, but regardless, y'all remember it. Putin would have him for lunch. He's not the guy that he thinks he is. You just not that guy. You just came into some money and you think you're that guy. You're not that guy, bro.
the way it goes. All right, one more question.
Tougher than anybody you've ever seen.
For 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin.
Why are you talking about Biden, you eyelining bitch? Like, why are you talking about Biden? Stop. You're trying to get the heat off of y'all to bring up Biden again, and he's still going to have a better 4-year term than both of Trump's terms put together. I guarantee you. I guarantee you.
And then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity
No, I'd win.
is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the President of the United States' words mattered more than the President of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shit. See, I didn't know how this played out. It's because Vance hadn't really said much of shit this whole interview. He comes in, tries to shit on Biden, where Zelensky has thanked and praised Biden a number of times while he was president. And he just tried to shit on him and tried to act like Trump is just being this great diplomat. And Zelensky's like, fuck out of here. Like, that's just not the fact of the matter. And now he's responding. Fuck anybody that says watch the whole interview, there's more context. No. Zelensky's didn't even try to like antagonize. He just wasn't finna let no bullshit slide. You're not finna act like, oh, Biden just didn't do shit and now Trump is being the best diplomat we've ever seen. Fuck out of here. No. Zelensky is like, I'm not finna let you just try to get that shit off because that's not what's happening. Fuck out of here, bro.
He occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So
2014.
During a lot of years, I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact
2015.
2014.
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but exactly right.
Look, he don't even give a fuck. I wasn't president, so it's not my fucking problem. Even though the shit was still going on during your first term. You see how he just like don't give a fuck? It was like, well, I wasn't here. First of all, what was the point of even mentioning 2015 if you still weren't there in 15 or 14? So what was your purpose in saying it was 2015 as if like that got it out of when you were president for you to still not even have been president regardless if it was 14 or 15? He is fucking sick, bro.
He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact
2015.
2014.
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
look, y'all see when the real person comes out. I wasn't here. He don't give a fuck about none of this shit.
But during 2014,
I'll take Mitt Romney over this shit, bro.
Till 2022. Yeah, the situation the same. That people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversations, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him. Me, like a new president in 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel. We signed ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broke the ceasefire. He killed our people, and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What?
That was no, fuck this. I'm mad at anybody that tried to act like, oh, watch the whole video. It's more context. He's sitting here telling you like this motherfucker has not abided by any of his signatures he's ever signed as a world leader. He's signed the ceasefires. It doesn't matter. He's killed my people. He's still invading my country. So what diplomacy are you talking about that Trump is just all of a sudden gonna fix? So you come in here, if we sign another ceasefire, what the fuck do you think is gonna make him stop invading? There's no history to prove that he was just not invading. And y'all, if I'm too loud, let me know so I could turn my gain down. I changed my gain a little bit. What the fuck what do I have to go off of to think that something's gonna change this time? Nothing. Well, and this is when the fight starts.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if
Mr. President, with
see,
respect,
like, I'm talking about, that wasn't even a real response. I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that will stop that won't end your country.
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
End the destruction of your company. It sounds like they're trying to bully Zelensky to give up. That's what it's saying. He's trying to make you feel bad or put you in a position where you feel like you're supposed to just give up. This is fucking ridiculous. You want him to give up. That's all you're saying. You're just saying give up. The kind of diplomacy to keep the destruction away from your country. You just want him to give up. That's all you're saying right now, bro.
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come to the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media.
Bitch!
Right now,
What do you no? You said no. Oh my God. Bro, it's making me madder because of how we got here. Like, you ain't say shit this whole interview. And then you want to just get tough Because he said, what diplomacy are you talking about? We've went the diplomatic route. He signed ceasefires that he didn't abide by. I don't have any reason to think that something's going to change because Trump is president and y'all love the taste of his fucking dick. Like, the Cheeto flavor has to get old at some point, bro. This shit don't make no sense, dog. Like,
you guys are going around.
I'm finna have a fucking migraine.
Because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring it into this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine? That you say what problems we have?
I have been to. I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people in your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning. Sure. First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Look. Oh, you see what Trump gives a fuck about? Appearing to be strong versus actually being it. Trump is more obsessed with the facade of strength versus actually being it. Because Zelensky is like, y'all not finna sit here and just act like shit's all peaches and cream because Trump is the new president. I don't like Cheetos, so I'm not convinced that just because this man is here, everything is all good, and he's the perfect diplomat to make a deal. He's never shown himself to be that person as far as being a fucking president. Now, you're not finna sit here and act like, because like he's just said, which is a fucking fact, y'all got the ocean across from us. Yes, you don't have any effects of this. Yes, you don't feel it. But all he's saying is, if you think this is the way to go, where you're just gonna let fucking Russia take parts of our country and not support us, and just because you don't want people dying no more, you're gonna feel that shit. That's exactly what Zelensky's saying. He's like, you may not feel this shit now, but you're gonna feel it. And I agree. This shit won't end if the war ends and there's peace or whatever the fuck y'all think y'all peace is, and Zelensky has acquired parts of Ukraine and y'all think, oh, nobody's dying, everything's good. Fuck out of here, bro. That's just gonna bite us in the ass down the line.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
See, like, don't tell us. You see what I'm saying? Like, he don't even. The thing is, even if you felt challenged as a president and you felt like you had to take up for your country, you still. Zelensky was asserting himself in just the most perfect way. And I'm not trying to make it seem like he's a perfect man and Trump is more than imperfect. But Zelensky's not perfect as a person. But the man said what he had to say. First of all, English is his third, maybe fourth language. He articulated his point so well. He's like, he's not disrespecting America, but he's telling you, it's like, you're pretending like shit is okay because you don't have to deal with people dying and shit, but the shit is gonna bite you in the ass down the line. And don't tell us what we're gonna feel. We're not gonna feel anything. We're America and I'm the president. Fuck out of here.
Position to dictate that. Remember this. You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
There's no he's not dictating. He's just giving you a assessment of what he think is going to happen. Thank you, Mild Daily Lifesavers. Thank you.
Very good and very strong. You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. It's back to you.
This is just it doesn't feel real. This doesn't feel like it feels like a show from Trump. It just feels like a show. And it just does not exude what he thinks it is. Like, I don't feel like you're defending America. I feel like you're selling out Ukraine and trying to appear like you're the dominant person in the room. I'm sorry.
Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once this entire meeting? No.
Have you said thank you once? The man has thanked Biden in America multiple times.
You said thank you. You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some.
Look, JD Vance just cannot stop thinking about the fucking presidential election. Bro, y'all won. Deal with this shit that you signed up for. Stop talking about them campaigning for the other side. If I'm not mistaken, Zelensky appeared with Kamala and Trump before anybody won. So why is he even saying this?
Words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can...
not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country's in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No,
Can
you've
I
done a lot of
answer?
talking. Your country is in
He
big trouble.
did not do a lot of talking.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of
Look
winning.
what he's to his fucking face. You're not winning this. Like the true emotion is coming out, bro.
Mr. President.
Loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country's in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No,
Can
you've
I
done a lot of
answer?
talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of
We are
coming out
staying-
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this
We
cabinet.
gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid
thank-
president, $350 billion.
You
We
voted
gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment,
You
and you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave, but they had to use our military.
What about
If you didn't have
you
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
you invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak-
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days. This is something
Maybe-
new. In 2 weeks. Of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of times.
What the fuck are you sitting there talking about if you say thank you? Bitch, you didn't do shit but just fucking suck off Trump to get in this position. You're the only person that's called this motherfucker Hitler, if we're gonna be honest. And they all want to put it on everybody on the left calling him Hitler when JD Vance is the fucking only person of meaning that has called him Hitler, to my understanding. But nonetheless, what do you mean if you say thank you? What the thank you to you? You ain't do shit. He's thanked Joe Biden and he's thanked the country. Fuck you, nigga. You just got here, bro. You ain't do shit. Why should he thank you?
Except that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong.
You know what, Lucas? Though you'll be surprised though. To my understanding, I think they said like it's over 50% of Republicans supporting Ukraine. If I'm not mistaken, it's a lot of I could be wrong. I think it was the 50% over 50% of Americans, but this will divide Republicans. I don't think most Republicans are against supporting Ukraine.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on. I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have
In the
to call.
crit.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
I know
You're
exactly
running
what you're
low on
talking about,
soldiers.
my
Listen,
Darius.
You're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go, and I want this. Look, if you could get
Did he just full blown mock this man? Did he mock him? And that's why Zelensky looked at him like, nigga, I will rock your shit right now.
You have to be thankful.
You're right, Lucas. But the reason I say that is because it won't. MAGA is MAGA, and you got MAGA, and then you got Republicans. But if you still have some Republicans fighting against MAGA, the friction is going to be a big problem.
You don't have the cards. You're buried there. Your people are dying.
tell you
You're
the-
running
I
low
know.
on soldiers.
Don't-
Listen,
don't, please,
you're running
Mr.
low on
President.
soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And
President.
then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go, and I want this. Look.
Did you see? Like y'all see the reposition? Like Zelensky would knock him out if he could, but he can't even fathom that the president of the United States is sitting here mocking him in front of the world. He would, bro. I swear to, if we gonna make if American politics is gonna be a fucking dramedy, knock his ass out at this point, Zelensky. Change the history of the world. Trump thinks he can do it by acting like a fuck. He can run for president. He could be a celebrity, run for president, and win twice, being the dumbest president known to man. He can do that. You can knock him out, and you will still be loved by Ukraine and definitely be loved by America. And I ain't judging shit. I don't give a fuck. Y'all elected a liable sexual abuser, 34-time convicted felon. I don't care if he get punched on camera. I don't care. I'm not judging Zelensky for that, especially because you disrespected him and his country to his face. If they was behind closed doors, Zelensky would have pressed him, bro.
You could get a ceasefire right now. I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
with guarantees.
Because you get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
You're right, Lucas, but I cut him some slack in this moment.
That wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden who was not a smart person.
Why are you still got to find a way to talk about Biden?
Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful. Because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make. Because the attitudes have to change.
Shit's pissing me off, bro.
Please talk. What is it then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you saying?
She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
What if anything? What if the bomb drops on your head right now?
Shut the fuck up. No, because this is the likelihood of Russia not abiding by the ceasefire is 90 times more likely than a bomb dropping on her head right now. Why are you avoiding a very valid question? This is Zelensky's entire issue. Y'all keep talking about this ceasefire shit when Putin has broken them time and time again. And then she asks, what if they break it again? And you're like, well, what if a car comes through the White House right now and it has a time bomb and it jumps off of a leaping curb over the fence into the White House, straight into this room, and it sits here and then the timer goes off in 2 seconds and you die? Like, shut the fuck up. Answer the question. It's a real question because this actually can happen. It's not a hypothetical that's just unrealistic and we'll never see, bro.
Okay, what if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him.
Again. Just all about, they broke it with Biden. Bitch, you're nobody to Putin. You suck his dick. Biden didn't suck his dick. What you think is going to happen?
Respect Obama. They respect me. Let her know they broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war.
And none of that has to, oh my fucking God. Y'all.
He went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia. The 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam. And he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me.
Yes, you don't know shit.
A deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is, I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very...
Yeah, like, it's done. It's over. It's just like... Zelensky's just like, this is a joke. It's a fucking joke.
But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out.
You're going to make a deal or we're out?
You're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out...
This is what I'm saying. This is not strength. This is the weakest shit I've ever seen. I'm losing. I feel like we're losing, so I'm going to back out just because I want peace. Meanwhile, take this country.
Fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards.
Yeah, Zelensky
Once we
done.
sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest.
Even if he was to sign the deal, what the fuck is this whole thankful shit? You just ran with JD Vance putting that bullshit out. What is it? Stop, bro. You talking about thankful. All the man said was he's never abided by a ceasefire, so I don't know, have any reason to think why it would change this time just because you're the president. Y'all, Zelensky's not MAGA. He hasn't drank the Kool-Aid, bro. He don't give a fuck about you saying that you're the president and it's all good.
A nice thing. All right, I think we've seen enough. What do you think? Huh? This is
I think we've seen enough.
Television, I will say that. We've seen enough. What do you think? Huh? This is going to be great television, I will say.
That's all he fucking think about, bro? Like, why is that the first thought that come to your head? We've seen enough. This is great television. Why is that the first thing that come out of your mouth after this heated exchange, bro? Why do you care about what the fuck great television is at this point? Is that all you wanted?
All right. We'll see what we can do about putting it together. Thanks.
We'll see what we can do about, bro.
We'll see. I don't know.
Bro. That made me more angry than I thought it would have, bro. Because people was like, oh, you know, you watch the whole thing, it's some more context to it and all that shit. Like, yeah, but the context ain't help shit. Like, that was insane, bro. So before we move off from Trump, I got one more thing. We got the smartest scientist alive, RFK. For those that don't know, there is a measles outbreak in Texas right now. One person has died. The first person to die in 10 years from measles. 10 years. Herschel Walker. Oh my God, I'm so glad they got that man the fuck out of here. 10 years, nobody's died from measles. And we get somebody to die, and it's a full-blown outbreak in Texas. RFK, Secretary of Health and Human Sciences. Let's hear what he has to say.
There's a measles outbreak in Texas at the moment in which a child is reported to have died. Do you have concerns about that, and have you asked Secretary Kennedy to look into that?
Why don't we, Bobby, you want to speak on that?
We are following the measles.
Trump can't speak on it because Trump doesn't know anything the fuck that's going on.
Every day, I think there's 124 people who have contracted measles at this point in Gaines County, Texas. Mainly, we're told in the Mennonite community, there are 2 people who have died, but we're watching it, and there are about 20 people hospitalized, mainly for quarantine. We're watching it. We put out a post on it yesterday.
We're watching it.
We're going to continue to follow it. Incidentally, there have been 4 measles outbreaks this year. In this country last year, there were 16. So it's not unusual. We have measles outbreaks every year.
You sound a little under the weather yourself right now.
I have a permanently bad throat.
Coughing.
Mr. President, would you?
Wait.
All the businesses he built.
Wait. The man said, you sound a bit under the weather yourself. He said, I have a perfectly, talking about his throat. He said, no, the coughing. Because RFK always sounds like that, but he doesn't always cough. RFK doesn't have a cough when he talks all the time. And he thought that the guy was trying to make a joke about how he sounds. Like, motherfucker, we know you talk like that, bro. Obviously, he wasn't talking about you talking. You coughed like 3 times after speaking for only 40 seconds. So he said, you sound under the weather yourself. And I'm glad he said that, because why the fuck are you saying that measles outbreaks are normal? No, the fuck they're not. All this shit has only been happening since people have been on this anti-vax shit because I'm cool. Motherfuckers don't want to get vaccinated no more because they think it's the new hotness. I'm a free thinker. I don't need to get the vaccine. I eat my own fruit from my backyard and I'm healthy. Bro, go fucking catch measles. Like I don't want. The thing is, people that get vaccinated can still get the shit. Yes, it's unlikely. We damn near eradicated a lot of this shit, and now all of a sudden, y'all want to just be defiant and like, fuck that. This shit been working for decades, but somebody on the internet said it's bad. So, nah. I'm sorry, bro. I feel like even I can't even just put it on like Gen Z and shit, because millennials and boomers all fall for this dumb shit. Like, y'all just see something on the internet and be like, oh my God, this is real. Like, y'all, fiction books like, I swear to God, in 70 years, they're gonna think Harry Potter's the new Bible. Like, I just think that the route that we're going, Harry Potter will be the new Bible. Like, they're gonna think that this shit is real. And each book is a fucking New Testament. Each Harry Potter book. The Goblet of Fire. The Rise of the Phoenix. I don't know if that's the title, but I know one of them got Phoenix in it. All that shit. The Sorcerer's Stone. All those are going to be testaments for the new Bible. And, the book of James and Jesus and the resurrection is just going to be fiction to them. I think it's fiction as well, but that's going to be fiction. And then Harry Potter's going to be historic documentation of what's real. Ain't no way there's a TB outbreak too. God damn. Like, please tell me it's not like a full-blown outbreak. You gotta be kidding. Like, this anti-vax shit is crazy. We're gonna literally have kids losing their lives. I don't know the age. They never said the age of who passed in Texas from this outbreak. But kids are gonna lose their lives over this shit, bro. And it's because of the parents' choice. It ain't even the kids. It's the one that's not doing this shit. And I've been trying to watch Idiocracy, but I refuse to pay for old movies on paying for a subscription service. Like, I want to watch Idiocracy because I never saw it, and everybody's like we're in the real life Idiocracy, and I saw the plot. I'm like, oh damn, this is interesting. Never saw it, want to see it. Nobody has it for free. Meanwhile, I'm paying for about 4 or 5 different services. None of these hoes got it for free, and I'm like, I'm paying for the service, bro. I don't want to pay $3 to watch this old ass movie, bro. Give me Blockbuster if that's the case. Fuck, I'm already paying y'all some money, bro. Don't put it on your site if you're not going to just let me watch it, bro. Just how about that? Let me catch up, man. Y'all see y'all been talking. This conspiracy country bullshit all goes back to the lack of funding and proper education. Yeah, I don't even know if education cuts it now because some of these conspiracy theorist people, they'll do heavy research and looking into information to still come out with the wrong conclusion. And then they'll say, like, do your own research. Like, they'll say, do your own research and just dig deep into what they already believe. We gotta, like, there needs to be, like, critical thinking needs to be, like, a course that, like, and I don't know what it looks like, but somebody got to figure it out. It ain't my job, but critical thinking itself needs to be a course in school, probably starting at, like, 5th grade. They need critical thinking classes where people can know how to get information, process it, interpret it, and look further into it to come to a conclusion that wasn't put out to just serve their beliefs of what's real. I don't know what that looks like, but it needs to happen. By 2000, measles was declared eliminated in the U.S., meaning the virus was no longer. Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. This shit was gone, and now it's just like, motherfuckers just like, I ain't getting no vaccines because I think. It's just fucking stupid. 2000 people went 2008 is when it happened. I don't even know when it happened. I'd rather come out show as president. We got a bunch of dumb shits. Maybe it's free on YouTube. No, mild dairy, it ain't free nowhere. I looked everywhere. It's not free anywhere. Come on, Boosie. Until I used to still call me with Blockbuster. We were in the ER and the nurse came in and said, I just had 2 TB patients and now I'm in here. I'm cool as a hazmat. Wait, Nicole, did you say that somewhere? Did you? Oh, it was you. It was you that said it. You said it, I think, in the Discord. Oh, do you own research? That part too, Lucas. It's like the part that kills me is that people with no expertise, with no training, with no real idea of how to look into things to figure out the truth from falsehoods, they act like they just are yes, there is valuable information on YouTube. Absolutely. There's a lot of things you can learn on YouTube. But you also need to know how to assess that information. It's given to you. You need to know how to critically think about what they're saying. Look at the goals of the channel. What are they trying to do? Like, there's people still right now in my comments arguing with me about Professor Dave saying he's fake and Jamar's right and the earth is actually flat. There's still people, Moosey, there's still people that think the earth is flat and they're running with that full-throated, like, pause. But they really believe it and saying they did the research and shit and they think they're right. Meanwhile, everybody that's actually been to space says the earth is round. Everybody that says the earth is flat, never been to space. How much hubris does it take to think like that, bro? It's just and it's no world where I will walk into the CDC and be like, y'all, these vaccines don't work. Why are you saying that, sir? Because I think they're linked to autism. What makes you think they're linked to autism? A lot of people have autism. You also know that we better understand autism and can diagnose it better now because we have the information and the science and the understanding now to assess that people are autistic so we can diagnose it either. No, it's because of vaccines. Sir, the room with the house with the building with the padded rooms is down the street. Like this shit is getting fucking out of hand, dog. Like it's mind blowing that we got to this point. But next on the docket, we're going to watch Candace Owens make a complete fool out of herself. I did watch this clip. I had a bunch of thoughts that I couldn't express to everybody, of course, but I'm going to express it to y'all. So, Candace Owens is a piece of shit. She's a liar. At this point, she's a willful liar. She's willfully ignorant. And I think she's evil. I don't know there's no part of Candace Owens I see as an honest actor and is trying to come to any sort of truth or understanding of anything. I just think she's just so audience captured that she has to continue to be a fucking asshole and an idiot to continue to make money. Because if she doesn't, she's out of there. Yeah, and that too, Bandito. The conspiracies are lazy. That's the part. Like, conspiracies exist. COINTELPRO, like, the shit is a thing. I'm not denying conspiracies, but y'all conspiracies are so weak and trash. I haven't even cut off the JFK one yet. I'm not sold on JFK just being killed by somebody that didn't like him. I'm not sold on that shit yet. I'm not sold on it. So conspiracies can exist, but y'all conspiracies are fucking trash, bro. They're fucking trash. Oh, God. No one can do that. That's why I trust scientific consistency. Yeah, and that's the thing too, Brickishaw. Like, it's, you can't personally assess and do the test for all these things. So, like, I'm going to go with what the consensus of people that do it is. Not one person that agrees with me. Like, people be like, RFK says, check the science. We need to make sure it's... Bro, there's 98% of scientists agree that climate change is real. Probably 99 scientists say that vaccines work and they don't cause autism. And then y'all find one that says the opposite and be like, see, look, just like this stupid... Maybe if I got time today, I'll pull up this stupid Facebook clip that's been going around of this fucking doctor saying being brain dead isn't a thing. One doctor says being brain dead isn't a thing, and then I have my whole timeline sharing it like, look, I knew it. They did that to my cousin. They're trying to harvest your organs. Bro, oh my fucking God. So now one doctor said that brain dead doesn't exist on Facebook. Y'all believe it. So what do y'all think happens to a body once your brain doesn't work anymore? Y'all think they can live a normal life? Holy shit. I was Wesley. Oh God. Okay, I see some of y'all waiting for Candace. Let's get to it. Let's get to Candace. So Candace Owens, if y'all don't know, Andrew Tate has been let back into the U.S. The travel ban has been lifted from Romania. And he's apparently coming back to the U.S. And Candace decided to, this is a crazy pause frame of her. Candace decides, with all her ignorance and stupidity, to defend them once again. She's been defending the Tates, and I think it's solely because her husband is friends with these motherfuckers. And she's defending the Tates, even though they're the literal personification of everything she seems to deem as degenerate. She's a Christian woman. She thinks that porn should be banned. She thinks that people need to, she wants people to get married and have kids and families. Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate are not those guys, yet she finds every way under the sun to defend them.
And by the way, if we're going to speak about getting rid of pornography, the very last people we should be worrying about is Andrew and Tristan Tate, okay?
Why would they be the last people we should be worried about when they promoted and gave examples of ways to get women into it without more or less their consent?
Let's talk about Pornhub. Like, really, guys, if we're going to go for it, let's talk about Pornhub.
A site meant for adults, consenting adults to host their adult content. The Tates apparently, admittedly on camera, coerce and manipulate women to engage in something that they kind of didn't sign up to engage in. I don't know if it's true or not, but on camera he said that, and we're going to watch him say it too.
And so I just had the nuance, and I read the case, and everyone condemned me. How could you defend them? I'm not. I'm just reading the facts, and they're not going to be.
You don't read facts. You don't. Stop lying. You're lying again. You don't read facts.
Convicted. Well, guess what? That happened. Okay.
You cherry pick everything.
The case ended up being thrown out in Romania. They said there's no evidence here. It's
no, it is not. The case has not been thrown out. The travel ban is lifted. The case is not thrown out. You're lying. You're still lying.
Exactly what I was saying. There's not enough evidence here to bring charges against them. And the prosecutors essentially were going to have to rebuild an entire case to try to charge them, at which case it looks like the Trump administration intervened because they are American citizens.
Also, she's also admitting that the Trump administration played a part. Meanwhile, Trump was acting like he had no, well, I ain't gonna say acting. He may not know because Trump don't know shit. So he said he don't know anything about it, but she said the Trump administration intervened.
And they were just brought back to America. They are now on American soil. They landed this morning. And for some reason, people are angry about that because they don't like who Andrew and Tristan Tate are. They do not like their online personas. They don't like the way that they speak to women. And so they're happy to have these.
You think it has nothing to do with them allegedly R-wording women, underage women at that? Promoting lying and lying to women to get them to do sex work? You don't think it has anything to do with tax fraud? You don't think it has anything to do with scamming their supporters? None of that, but they don't like how they talk. Candace,
these men be wrongfully convicted for something that they didn't do. I cannot understand this logic. I cannot understand why you think you need to like someone or agree with their lifestyles in order to say that no person should spend a single second in prison for something that they didn't do. Like that is the moral stance to have. That
this ain't got nothing to do with prison. What probably a big reason they want to come to America is to get away from being taken away in handcuffs again when some more shit come out. If some more shit come out, I should say. But Candace, the level of how much leverage you're giving them, leniency you're giving them is astounding. I've never seen this much leniency for people, paleontologists. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking George Floyd. I forgot the young woman that got shot by the police in Champaign. All these people that ain't did shit, they don't get this type of leniency. But guys that's on camera admitting to taking advantage of men and women in different ways, yeah, give them all the leniency.
Due process is right. And that if they are an American citizen, of course, they belong back on American soil. And so Ron DeSantis.
Belong back. They're also UK citizens and they were in the UK. Stop.
Who kind of has always danced to his donors' emotions, it came out and it was asked about them landing in Florida, which is, like I said, they're American citizens. And here is what Ron DeSantis said.
High key, Nicole.
Governor, there's some reporting out there that controversial podcaster and accused human trafficker Andrew Tate may be on his way to Florida. Is he welcome here? What could the state do to send him back to Romania or whatever?
Well, we have no involvement in that. I read about it through the media. Clearly, the federal government has jurisdiction, whether they want to rebuff his entry into the United States. And I have confidence that whether it's Pam Bondi or Kristi Noem, that they will be looking at that. I do know our Attorney General, James Uthmeyer, is looking at what state hooks and jurisdiction.
Mal Dairy, what you referring to? I don't remember.
But the reality is no, Florida is not a place where you're welcome with that type of conduct in the air. And I don't know how it came to this. We were not involved. We were not notified. I found out through the media that this was something that was happening.
Yeah, he got to go to his butt buddies, Nicole. You already know. He got to go there where he's safe. First of all, Candace for acting so, like, shocked and appalled at what he said. Why would anybody? Yes, okay, sorry, sis. Sonia Massey, that was her name. Yeah, Sonia Massey. I'm not even, to be fair, I don't think she completely shitted on her, but I did watch her coverage, but I think she still kind of threw some, she caped for the copping a little bit. I think. I don't want to, I'm not strong on that. But we all know how she feels about George Floyd, which is still egregious, and that's enough. But she's acting like what he said is so appalling. Yes, he doesn't want alleged rapist, sex trafficking, scamming, tax evading men in his country. No, in his state. I'm sorry, in his state. Yes, he doesn't want them there.
Okay, so to be very clear, that is deranged. That is not a conservative perspective. That should not be a liberal perspective. They were not convicted of anything. They were convicted of nothing. And what he is saying...
And why do they have to come to they're dual citizens. What is the urgency to come to America?
Is that based on their conduct, even the person asking the question says they were accused. They weren't convicted. That's the point. Being accused of a crime means absolutely nothing. Okay, as we have learned, you can be accused of anything today. You can be accused of being a sexual abuser or a sexual harasser if you're Justin Baldoni. The question is, were they convicted? If the answer is no, I don't really care about how Ron DeSantis feels about an American citizen coming home.
Yeah, they always talk about looting.
That disqualifies him for ever running for president of the United States ever again, coming home.
I want y'all to hear this loud and clear, because we finna let this shit ride.
Is no, I don't really care about how Ron DeSantis feels about an American citizen coming home. That disqualifies him for ever running for president of the United States ever again.
So let's lay out the facts. Ron DeSantis doesn't want two men that have been accused of rape, sex trafficking, tax fraud to come to his state from another country because he don't want to have to deal with that shit. If it invades this country, fair. I'm not saying it's constitutional or it's legal. He could say how he feels about it. Now, because he said he doesn't want them at his state, that disqualifies him from being president. Now, apparently what doesn't disqualify you from being president is having 34 counts of felony for paper shuffling, for basically trying to lie to the American people to pay off a porn star that he cheated on his wife with while she was pregnant, to hide the fact that he did it while running for president. He got found guilty of that. That doesn't disqualify you. Being liable for sexually abusing a woman and digitally penetrating her without her consent, that doesn't disqualify you. Lying about losing an election, in turn causing an attempted coup of the country, doesn't disqualify you. Lying to the American people about anything that comes to mind doesn't disqualify you. Having a history of not paying people that you hire to work for you doesn't disqualify you. Having a history of not renting to black people, not letting black people rent your properties, doesn't disqualify you. Having a history of being a womanizer and treating women disgustingly doesn't disqualify you. Being incompetent and never having a political background in any way, shape, or form and running for president and winning doesn't disqualify you. None of that disqualifies you from being president. But openly expressing that I don't want alleged criminals that have admitted to crimes on camera in my state disqualifies you from being president. I don't get it. Candace, please put this together and make it make sense. Defend each of these stances and make it consistent to where any normal functioning person can tie all of these strings together and still come out with a logical thought process that's not contradictory inherently. Please. Holy shit.
Okay? If you cannot set aside your emotions, we do not need you in leadership positions. If you are not able to look at things objectively, whether you are looking at someone and you go, oh, I don't agree with their politics. It's Matt Lauer. People that cheered that on because he was Matt Lauer and he was on the left. You're a loser. Okay? You're a loser that you can't set aside your politics, that you can't set aside your emotions, and you can't set aside your beliefs, by the way, to realize that the Constitution does not exist because of how you feel.
The Constitution. Oh, she wants to talk about constitutions. Oh my God. Like, what? You can't, Candace, you care about the Constitution? Oh, meanwhile, you're supporting the president that said we need to suspend all articles and facts and whatever in the Constitution because he lost the election? You talking about the president that's defying amendments in the Constitution, trying to get rid of birthright citizenship, letting a fucking South African immigrant come and say how Congress can spend money? But you want to bring up the Constitution because a fucking governor doesn't want criminals to come and kick it in their state? Why are you talking about feelings? Candace, everything you just said was about how you feel. None of that shit was based in any form of reality whatsoever. It wasn't based in any type of constitutional amendments or articles. It wasn't based in any laws. You just talked about how you feel. Ron DeSantis didn't say, I'm gonna deport them. He just said, I don't want them in my fucking state, which I don't think is unreasonable given their track record. And yeah, the Brickashaw and Trump is still trying to figure out ways to change what's in the Constitution. But since maybe in the off chance Candace sees this video, let's watch Andrew Tate and admit to all of his crimes on camera. Let's watch that. Let's see him openly admit to everything he's done on camera since Candace doesn't give a fuck about the truth.
That teaches basically how I got girls, how I met girls, how I got girls to like me, how I got girls to fall in love with me to work on webcam for me. Because that's what I did. That was my MO, was find girls, make them love me, and make them work for me. And that's how I got rich. So that teaches everything I know from start to finish about not only getting girls, not only obtaining them, but retaining them.
I used sex as a tool to make women love me so they'd obey me and live in my house and make me money. That's
everything he says in this isn't a crime, but some of what he says is a crime.
what I wanted. So I was a pimp in that sense. Like, I was not trying to have sex with women. I was trying to get women to obey me. And I realized that's easier if they like to have sex with me. If they don't like having sex with me, it's pretty hard to make them listen to me.
I don't mention webcam until after I've had sex with the girl. You, your bottom bitch, the new girl, you go out for fucking a nice dinner. Your bottom bitch is the one who does the selling. You don't do the selling. The girl has to hear it from a girl. And this is where your bottom bitch has to be trained.
By definition, bottom bitches are associated with pimps. And then once you're a pimp, that's illegal. That's literally illegal.
That's why I said it's so important to have a good
he said pimping hoes degree. But little goof ass.
Good first girl.
It says the criminal activities of these defendants are a form of slavery, according to the prosecutor's office, like 19th century U.S. slave owners who branded their slaves with a red iron. Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate defendants brand their victims with tattoos indicating that they are the defendant's property. For example, they have tattoos with the message, owned by Tate, in English.
I have to fuck her so she obeys me. I don't give a shit about having beautiful women. I fuck them so they listen to me.
Now, we can say he's saying all this shit as a persona and none of it's true and it's not real. Like, that's valid. I think that there's people that exist on the internet that don't really do the things that they say in these videos. You know what I'm saying? It's just all a persona. But Tate has built a whole business plan a business off of this persona to let people think it's real. Like, he's not doing this and pretending it's not real. He's doing this to say it's real. And he recruits people to be like him based off of the things that he's saying. So we have to assume it's real. Mark Strike, are you talking about the woman that got punched? Is that what you're talking about?
So I can get what I actually want, which
Mild
is
dairy,
not
I
them.
know.
It's a means to an end. Every single Bond girl was exploited.
And that's the thing, Mark Strike. When I said this before, but when I first saw Andrew, I thought he was just like this guy on the internet that was like a parody of the alpha male, and I thought the persona was to be this guy, but it wasn't supposed to be taken serious. But he wants to be taken serious. That's how he recruits men to sign up. Yeah, I did see that, Mark Strike. That was, once again, Abba and Preach was right. Shit.
That's exactly what I do. When I watch a Bond film and I see him basically pimp a bitch, to me that speaks to my heart. I've been there. I've done that. Anyone who's followed me long enough knows that I first made my $1 million with a webcam business. I have met beautiful women with a good personality and thought, she will make me money. I have to this bitch. I don't want to have her. I just need the money.
So Vivian's been with me 6 years. She's completely head over heels in love with me. She wants
Facts,
kids with
Nicole.
me, everything. And we met and we felt whatever. We're in love. When I bring on new girls, I usually pair them with Vivian. Because Vivian's younger. Melissa's like 28. Vivian's like 21. Vivian's younger. She's more fun, more outgoing. I built my business off the back of my dick. That's how I built it. That's how I got rich. So
And he always talks about Vivian, and it's pretty much confirmed that when he first got involved with Vivian, she was under 18. Granted, I think the legal age, in UK, somebody tell me, is it 16 or 15? I think it's 16, which is what makes it crazy that if the math adds up, she was 15 when he got involved with her. But
became militant with the pimping. And my bottom bitch understood it. And she understood that perfectly. So that is the recruitment structure, and that is extremely important. I hope you understand why you have to have sex with a girl. Otherwise, she is going to leave. What you don't want to do is get a bunch of girls, teach them how to make money from home, and then let them leave you and run off and make money for themselves. And then you check their Instagrams, and they're having a great life, and they're fucking rich, and you have...
How sick is that? Like, I need to make sure that the women I teach gotta work for me and make me money. Okay, so it's 16 in UK. If depending on the birthday, he could have got involved with her at 16. But it's a lot of if you take him at his word at 6 years, she would be 15. But he could be off, and it could be 5 years, and she was 16. So it's legal. But nonetheless, he's willing to, as a 30-plus-year-old man, was willing to have sex with a 16-year-old. Yes, it's legal, but hey, he's willing. At over 30, he wants to have sex with a 16-year-old.
Nothing. You don't want to do that, so you have to fuck the girl.
That's the reasoning behind like why some girls don't like it, because they're scared they're gonna die. I've actually seen some guys accidentally, how funny is that? Actually kill their girlfriends during a sex because they were choking them that hard.
Jesus. The fuck is it?
That's when the game starts. Now I need her to quit her job, leave her house, move in with me, work on webcam, do as I say, share me with other women, and give me her money. That's the hard part.
If you're interested in my website, cobratate.com, I have the PhD course, which teaches you everything I know about women, everything I learned about girls in running my webcam industry. I've had over 75 girls work for me in webcam, and they gave me all their money, so I obviously know something. I think I have another thing that people find interesting about me is how I get, it's not that I just get females. How do I get females to comply? How do I get females to work for me for free and give me all the money?
Hey.
Hello, Alina.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. I'm a big
Yeah,
fan.
Mark, we just covered it. That's how this started. Ron DeSantis, he basically said, I don't want them in here. That's how I started this video. Ron DeSantis was like, I don't want them in Florida or whatever, and Candace Owens was defending them and trying to say that he shouldn't be president. I mean, it disqualifies him from being president because he don't want them in his country. So, just to show that Candace is a fucking liar, we're going to read this article. So this is addressing the Tates coming to America. Romania's Justice Minister Radu Marinescu has called for a public explanation into why controversial social media influencers Andrew and Tristan Tate were allowed to leave the country on Thursday. The brothers, who are currently facing charges including human trafficking in Romania, had been under a travel ban for more than 2 years before it was lifted, allowing them to fly to the U.S. Marinescu has asked the Special Prosecution Service DICOT to conduct any investigation necessary to uncover the truth promptly, correctly, and impartially. Andrew, 38, and his brother Tristan, 36, have strongly denied the allegations against them. The brothers are dual U.S.-UK citizens and were first arrested in Romania in 2022, where they are accused of human trafficking and forming an organized group to sexually exploit women. Andrew Tate is also accused of rape. They spent several months under house arrest in Romania before prosecutors announced on Thursday that the travel ban had been lifted and the pair's U.S. passports had been returned to them. Despite this, investigations into their alleged crimes have not been dropped, and they are expected to return to Romania. So remember, Candace was like, the charges have been dropped. They aren't dropped. In the U.S., they have also faced a civil case from a woman who alleges the brothers coerced her into sex work and then defamed her after she gave evidence to Romanian authorities. The brothers also face separate charges in the UK of rape and human trafficking. On Friday, 4 British women have accused Andrew Tate of rape and coercive control, urged the UK government to immediately request Tate's extradition from the US to the UK to face justice. They said in a joint statement that it won't just be us, it would be failing, but all British victims of alleged sexual violence. So, to be fair, I do think that there's probably, just like with Diddy, that case with that young girl that was saying that Diddy and Jay-Z raped her when she was like 16 or 14. I don't remember. That shit is gone with prejudice, so it can never be brought up again as it should have been. I do think that there's probably women that's accusing the Tates that have probably never met them or probably never got taken advantage of by them. I do think that exists. But I don't think everything is some bullshit. I don't think everything that's happened against the Taste is some bullshit. Like buying a PlayStation controller with Mount Dairy. What the fuck? Yeah, with money you're gonna get away with a lot of shit, but until you can't no more, you know what I'm saying? So we don't have to read it, but basically y'all saw the case. The biggest point of contention I had with Candace is that she said the cases was dropped, and it was not fucking dropped. The case was not dropped. The travel ban was lifted. That's it. That's all. Like, you just constantly fucking lying to your audience. And I looked through the comments of like that video on her YouTube, and they're just eating it up. Like, people in the comments like, "Oh, Candace, we love you," like all that shit. Like, bro, y'all are fucking sick. Y'all don't have any objective bones in your body to criticize. I don't know if she may or may not delete shit. I don't know. She has a lot of subs, so she might not get that many dissenting opinions, with I think shit probably around 2 million subs, but you know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, she probably really doesn't get that many dissenting opinions on her page, but people was just eating it up, and it's just like, fuck the fact that she's lying, fuck the fact that she doesn't know what she's talking about, fuck the fact that she claims to be against degeneracy but supports 2 of the most openly degenerate men known to man. Like, none of that matters. Like, why do we care about that? My whole YouTube homepage is like Trump and Zelensky, so clearly y'all know what I look at a lot. We got any recommendations? I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. I did. So, I'm probably gonna, I'm probably gonna call it, y'all. Damn, sorry. I'm probably gonna call it. Anybody does or does not have any recommendations of anything, we're probably gonna end this stream, man. Oh shit. But yeah. But yeah, man, like every day when I get on here, man, like I said, for those that are here and watch this later, here right now, this channel is about trying to recognize bullshit and not fall victim to it. Like, I don't want people to necessarily agree with me and I'm not here to act like I'm right all the time. But what I refuse to accept is people lying and being willfully ignorant. That's the shit that I don't like. I don't want you don't have to agree with me. I'm not always right. I don't have the correct opinion at all times. But I just when bullshit is happening, we have to say something. We have to do something about it. We can't just let people keep lying because we end up with people like Trump as the president. Like that type of shit is just I can't sit back and just be content with it. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me. Mild Terry, you're like Tate is another person I kind of don't see as this strong guy that they pretend. He's charismatic. And he's probably even more charismatic off camera because he doesn't have to be extra when he's not on camera. He's probably really charismatic off camera. Appreciate you, Mild Dairy, for coming through and engaging in the chat, man. Appreciate it for sure. So I do see a world where Tate can easily obtain women for sure, but he's a shit person. But hey, nonetheless, man, I appreciate any and everybody that came through the stream, man. All of y'all, make sure you leave a like, comment, sub. If not one, then all three. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.